Howdy, it's Uncle Paul. Well, I've just been on a hike and now it's time to do some sets of stairs, all in the Texas heat. Well, it is Tuesday morning, about 11:30, and it is 88 degrees. I'm out at the Nature Center again. And one thing that I'm concerned about on my stretch, starting out from Duncannon to Harper's Ferry, of course starting in mid-August, I'm concerned about the heat and about the lack of water sources. From what I understand, I got to prepare for that. One thing that I'm planning on doing is carrying 4 liters of water. So I've got 4 liters in my pack right now, and I'm, practicing and conditioning with that much water. Getting out here and getting acclimated to hiking in the heat and carrying large amounts of water, I've got to do it. Well, that was a little cactus, and it's got all those little tiny needles, a bunch of them. I got them kind of on my back side a little bit, my right side, and on my shirt and my shorts. I've been on this section one other time coming from the other direction, and it's like a mini roller coaster. Okay, going down again and back up again. A little down, back up a little bit, back down, back up. No trekking poles, mind you. May regret that later though. Back down, back up. Okay, back down. Okay, just got back in my truck about 5 minutes ago. It's 2:55 in the afternoon now, and it's 101 degrees. Pushing in this heat at a pace that I kind of pushed myself, especially to begin with. I've got to improve, do better. I stopped 3 or 4 times for about 5 minutes to take a break. One of them was 15 minutes, one of those times. So. Yeah, I know. I've done it before, but you gotta be real careful. It is about 9:40 nearly, and it is 87 degrees. I started this morning at 8:30, And so I'm trying to do the same route that I did on Tuesday, but I started about 3 hours earlier this morning and today, and I do have a lot more cloud cover too than I did Tuesday, because I had 4 liters with me of water, and I drank every single one of those. I had like a couple of swallows left out of the last one when I got back to my truck. And the reason I did that was because I knew where my truck was. I know the trails. So as I got closer, I just did the comfortable thing and guzzled as much water as I felt I wanted, you know. So, or else I wouldn't have used up that much. But today I've got 3 liters with me. Now, I've been following Loner, you know, Loner 2012, his channel. Loner's been hiking the Vermont Long Trail, and I've been really enjoying his videos. And I told him I was practicing with 4 liters of water. And of course, you know, he understands that. He's a heavy guy. But like everybody else, you know, he warns about the amount of weight that you have to then carry, which it's a catch-22, he said. You know, needing the water, but that just puts more of a burden on your back. So what he tries to do, he said, is he focuses on not getting his body temperature up very high. He paces himself, he goes slowly, and that's how that's his strategy. So I've tried to incorporate that today. Okay, on my hike today, what I wanted to do today was go the exact same route that I went on Tuesday. And of course, this time I went much earlier in the morning, and it didn't get nearly as hot. It got only up to 94 degrees by the time I got back to my truck. So I did the same, a little bit more as far as mileage, but I did it in an hour less time. I drank less water, much less water, and I got back to the truck with energy. So so it all worked out. And so I think what I want to do, heed the warning of Loner and use his strategy of really going slow. I mean, that's been a strategy for all kinds of reasons, but even in the heat, to help conserve energy and not get my body heat, my body temperature too high. And then hike in the morning time. Make sure, you know, you start off early, and if it gets too hot, just stop and take a break for 1 or 2 hours. I've seen people on their videos take a nap for an hour, you know. So then I need to use my trekking poles as much as I can. No walking, hiking without them, and, you know, in my hand, and videoing too much of that at all. And even on flat surfaces, propel myself as much as I can with those poles. Okay, this little fella here, I just nearly stepped on him. I guess he's looking in that hole right there. Looks like he's probably just a garter snake of some sort, but I'm going to give him a wide berth. Okay, just got back in the truck. I started off at 8:15 this morning. I got back in the truck at 11:45. Right now it's 92 degrees. I spent at least 15, maybe 20 minutes talking to some of those older gentlemen that I run into on the trail. So another thing I learned, it's exhausting just standing there talking. And also I need to keep my mouth shut more. Breathe in my nose. If this is old, something I've learned years ago, breathe mostly in my nose as much as possible, but also don't talk so much. that wears me out and makes me thirsty. So. Well, later that day, it was 102 degrees, and I wanted to get me doing some stairs. So I first put my camera in the sun and realized that wasn't a good idea. Put it in the shade to get my stairs, but it was too late. The damage was done. Good Sunday morning. Whew, it was a hot week. It was 105, 106, quite a few days this past week, and I tell you what, that just zaps me of my energy. I mean, it does it to everybody, but it seems like I can only hike a little bit more than half of what I normally could in cooler weather. So, you know, I've got to try to get this figured out. This coming week here, they're predicting temperatures as high as 110 degrees on a few days. So I don't get out in the hottest part of the day. For the most part, I don't go out to the park and hike. I mean, it gets over 100 degrees usually before I'm done. But for the hottest part of the day, I do get out a few times here close to the house. I'll put on my backpack, get out in that sun and heat, and I'll do stairs or just walk around nearby. So just got to get acclimated to it as much as possible. One of the things I do is I get outside on the back patio with Hurley, or I'll sit out on the front porch just for long periods of time to be in it, because you know, that humidity and that heat, I'm not going to be able to escape it in the air conditioning while I'm on the AT like I can here. So trying to get used to as much of that as possible. Guys, if you have any suggestions, if you have any strategies for beating the heat or hiking in the heat, surviving in the heat, please share with me. Please comment below. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share these videos, and I will see you next week.